All right, so for Traeger game day this week, I am making triple cheeseburgers, which is what the contest is. But I'm putting my own twist on it. I call my burger Oh My Guinness Triple Cheeseburger because I'm going to use Guinness in a lot of the ingredients. I'm going to give credit to my brother-in-law Brian for that because he came up with the name on the spot. I just came up with the burger. Okay, so what I'm going to start by doing is making some pretzel buns. I cheated and used frozen white dinner rolls that you just thaw, let rise and then bake. But what I did is I took 4 when they were thawed and they rose a bit. I took 4 of them and kneaded them together to form a bigger bun. And so I made 5 buns out of a bag of white dinner rolls. Then I let them rise again. And now what I'm going to do is I've got water boiling behind me with a 1/4 cup of baking soda. I'm going to dump them in that water for 30 seconds, pull them out, coat them with an egg wash and some coarse salt for the pretzel, and bake them at 350 for probably about 25 minutes, 20-25 minutes. I'll keep an eye on them. They're going to get nice and brown and crusty on the outside, but nice and chewy on the inside like a pretzel should be. All right, so what else I've got here is bacon weaves. These are awesome. So I use 3 strips per weave, cut them in half, and then you just weave them together. I season the top with some of the Traeger rub. It's garlic and chili pepper. It's going to add a really nice flavor. I've got my Traeger preheating to 350. I'm going to throw these on there with this little grate on top. It keeps them nice and flat when they cook. And they're going to probably take about, I want to say about 25 minutes on the grill. I'm going to flip them halfway through and drain off the fat halfway through. So I'm going to go ahead and give these a dunk in the water and then throw them in the oven. I also have really finely chopped onions. I put 2 sweet onions finely chopped with some buttermilk to coat, and I'm letting that sit out. I'm going to make some frizzled onions and I'm going to throw those on the burger. I'm also going to be making a Spicy Guinness cheese sauce that I'm going to put on top of my triple cheeseburgers because there won't be enough cheese already. This burger is going to be incredible. I can't wait. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this and then I'll show you what they look like at the end. All right, now I'm going to season my, my ground beef. I've got just regular ground beef, about 3 pounds, and I'm going to start by adding 2 teaspoons of the same Traeger rub, garlic and chili pepper. This is going to add a really nice flavor in there, and I'm also going to generously coat them at the very end before grilling them in this stuff as well. All right, so I got 2 teaspoons of that. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of my homemade rum sauce. The recipe for this is in the YouTube video smoked pulled pork nachos that I made. Okay, and now some Guinness. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of Guinness beer. There we have it. 1 egg. Now I'm just going to give this a really good mix with my hands. Get everything nice and combined. And then I'll form my patties. All right, so I've made some progress. I've got my buns are out. They look perfect. They're nice and big. They'll do this burger justice. I also have my bacon weaves are done. I'm just going to keep those warm until I'm ready to serve them. I also made a Dijon garlic aioli. This will go really nice with that pretzel bun and also pairs really well with the cheese sauce. And I've got pickles wrapped in bacon that I'm going to smoke on the Traeger. I pre-cooked the bacon a little bit just till it started turning a little bit brown. And then I just patted it down with some paper towel, wrapped my pickles, and I'm going to throw those on the grill when I throw my burgers on. And get that bacon nice and crispy, and that will be a garnish on my burgers. Delicious. It's kind of like a play on deep fried pickles, but with bacon. Keto friendly. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is make my Guinness cheese sauce, my spicy Guinness cheese sauce. So I'm going to turn the oven on, stove top, medium, and I'm going to melt 1 tablespoon of butter. Once that starts to melt, I'm going to mix in 1 tablespoon of flour. I'm making just a basic roux, and that will make my cheese sauce nice and thick. Alright, so my butter's melted. I'm going to go ahead and add that tablespoon of flour. Give that a stir so it's all combined. It makes kind of like this pasty looking sauce. Okay, now that's done. All I'm going to do is add a whole cup of Guinness beer. I'm just going to use my little beater. Alright, so my Velveeta's all melted into my Guinness beer. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding some cheese. I've got 1 cup of sharp cheddar and 1 cup of Irish sharp cheddar. So I'm going to add half of it and wait till that melts, and then I'll add the other half. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add the second half of my cheese. Alright, so it's really looking good. It's nice and cheesy. Oh, it looks and smells delicious. I'm going to go ahead and add about 1 tablespoon of sriracha. I like spice. Again, you can kind of play with this, and if you're not as big of a spice fan as I am, you can always leave it out or add less. Or you can even add cayenne pepper. That would work too. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, just to taste, whatever you prefer. I just added a couple dashes there, and I'm also going to add a pinch of salt. Combine that in. Alright, I'm just going to give it a little taste just to see if it's missing anything. Oh, that's so good. You can taste the Guinness in there. It's so creamy and cheesy, and you get that kick from the sriracha. I pulled out the milk just in case, because if you find it too thick, just add a little bit of milk until it's to the perfect consistency that you like it. But you know what? I don't think I need to add any milk. I really like how thick it is, and it's perfect consistency to me. So my sauce is ready. I'm going to let that sit on the side with the lid on, and it will keep it nice and warm. And if I need to reheat it before I serve it, I can do that. Alright, now I'm going to start my grill and get those burgers going. Alright, so my burgers are ready to go on. I've already got my bacon wrapped pickles on there. I set my grill to high, 450. It's registering 392, and I've been preheating it now for at least 20 minutes, so I don't expect it to get much hotter than 400. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my burgers on. I'm going to try and do that real fast to keep the heat inside. It made 14 burgers, so there's quite a few. That's okay. My husband can take them to work. I'm going to throw those on real quick, and then I'll show you what they look like after they're cooked. Alright, so my burgers are done, my pickles are done. The last thing I need to do is frizzle some onions. So I've got the onions that have been sitting in buttermilk for about 3 hours. I've got another bowl that's flour and then whatever seasoning you want. I use the Traeger rub seasoning in there, a little bit of pepper and smoked paprika. So I've got some tongs. I'm just gonna throw a bunch of the onions into my, kind of let the buttermilk drain off a little bit before you do it, but I'm gonna throw these into the flour, coat them really well. Then I've got a scoop, which I'm going to be able to take them out and try and like get as much flour off of them as I can, just the stuff that sticks that needs to be there. Okay, go with that. I'm just gonna toss them to coat. Scoop them out with my my thingy here, my scooper thingy. And get as much flour out as I can. All right, I've got my oil to fry, so I'm gonna take the thermometer out because it's good now. Fry is at 375. Okay. You want to put your oil in a big pot because it will sizzle a bit. So I'm going to do this really slowly, just like that. Give it a couple minutes, and I'm going to do batches a little bit at a time. Okay, everything's done. Now all I'm going to do is assemble. I've already chopped my bun in half, and I put a small layer of the Dijon garlic aioli on the bottom of the bun. And then I added a piece of lettuce, and I'm gonna add a nice piece of tomato. And then I'm gonna start adding my patties. So I'm gonna add 1 cheeseburger patty, 1 weave of bacon, another cheeseburger patty, another piece of bacon. Because really, you gotta go big or go home on this one. My last patty. Can't believe it's staying up. Okay, now I'm gonna add, because there isn't enough cheese on all of this already, this is my Guinness, Spicy Guinness cheese sauce that I made. And it tastes delicious. I'm literally just gonna drizzle that on the top. A gravy dish here comes in handy for this, because you literally cannot have enough of this. Okay, I'm happy with that. Coming down the sides, looks good. And then frizzled onions, because really, these things are awesome. Bam! Look at that burger. And then, last but not least, is my bacon pickle, which I'm going to put on the top like this. There you have it. Here's my entry for Traeger game day. It is my Oh My Guinness Triple Cheeseburger. All right. I know this looks like a big burger, and chances are you're not going to be eating this every day, but you can make this into a normal size burger, like a 1-patty burger. The Guinness cheese sauce is definitely worth trying. The bacon wrapped pickles, it's an awesome appy just with ranch or even with this Guinness cheese sauce. And then the bacon weave, you know what? That's the best way to do them for burgers, because you know it fits perfectly. It looks like a patty. So if you like this video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel.